Hi, I'm Jason and welcome to Dosatron University. Today, Dosatron's troubleshooting video series features the Dosatron D14MZ3000 14 GPM injector. In this video, I will use a strap wrench, needle nose pliers, and a utility knife. It's best to perform troubleshooting in a clean area, or if your Dosatron is in line, cover your concentrate tank so you won't lose any of the parts. The three key areas in troubleshooting are: 1. The injector is clicking but not drawing the concentrate. 2. The injector is clicking but water is going down into the tank. And 3. The injector isn't clicking. The first two are the most common. If your Dosatron is clicking but not drawing the concentrate, it could be as simple as the strainer is plugged with debris. Take a look at the strainer. If it's clogged, just clean it and retest your Dosatron unit. If there is still no suction, unscrew and remove the suction hose nut. Slide the ferrule back and cut 1/2 inch off the top of the hose. Reposition the ferrule. Then insert the hose into the barb and hand tighten the nut. By the way, if the hose is cracked, rigid, or looks really old, just replace it now. After you reinstall the suction hose, you should start to see the liquid begin moving up the hose. If the liquid isn't moving up the hose, after a minute or so, just turn the water off. Press the air bleed button on the bell housing a few times to release the pressure. Unscrew the suction hose nut and set the hose aside. Unscrew the injection stem nut and remove. Then pull the injection stem straight out from the body of the injector and set aside. Take a close look at the plunger rod and seal. Make sure the rod is straight and that the seal is free of nicks, scratches, or wear. If the plunger or seal is damaged or you don't remember the last time you changed it, just replace it now. To change the plunger assembly, grasp the white plunger rod and pull it down as far as it'll go. Position the needle nose pliers near the top of the plunger. Then, quickly and carefully twist the plunger counterclockwise and remove. To install the new plunger assembly, align the top of the plunger with the retainer. Then use the needle nose pliers and twist it a 1/4 turn clockwise to lock. To finish up, carefully slide the injection stem assembly onto the plunger like this. Align the notches in the lower part of the blue body with the 2 teeth on the top of the injection stem assembly. Then thread on the injection stem nut hand tight. Now slide the hose into the barb and hand tighten the nut. To make sure the hose is connected securely, give it a pull. If it comes off easily, you may need to cut 1/2 inch off the top of the hose. Reset the ferrule and reattach the hose nut. Slowly turn the water on and the unit should begin drawing the concentrate. If your injector is pushing water down into the concentrate tank, it's time to investigate the check valve. To do this, remove the hose nut and set it aside. Unscrew and remove the check valve nut. Grasp the white threaded barb and pull the check valve assembly straight out. It usually comes out in 2 pieces. Set the unit aside. To inspect the check valve, carefully lift the cone from the retainer and look at the bottom side of the cone. Then, carefully lift the retainer from the seal. You are checking to see if there's anything lodged or stuck. Don't try to remove the spring, but if it is deformed or stretched, the complete check valve assembly needs to be replaced. If you don't remember the last time you changed these parts, just replace them now. To reassemble, place the new check valve assembly into the top of the barb. Then press it into the stem as shown, and then reinstall the check valve nut hand tight. Now slide the hose into the barb and hand tighten the nut. To make sure the hose is connected securely, give it a pull. If it comes off easily, you may need to cut 1/2 inch off the hose, reset the ferrule, and reattach the hose nut. This should stop the water from going back into the concentrate tank. If the injector isn't clicking, turn the water off and press the air bleed button on top of the bell housing a few times to release the pressure. Use the strap wrench to loosen the bell housing, then unscrew, remove, and set it aside. Grasp the piston and pull it straight out. Visually inspect the upper and lower flanges on the piston shell. If they are worn or have scratches, the flanges need to be replaced. Another way to check the flanges is by doing a fit test. To test the upper flange, invert the piston and insert it into the blue bell housing. It should fit snugly. To test the lower flange, position the needle nose pliers near the top of the plunger. Then twist it a quarter turn counterclockwise to remove. Insert the piston into the body. It too should be a snug fit. If either is loose, the flanges need to be replaced. To replace the upper flange, grasp and twist it counterclockwise. Remove by lifting it straight up. To install the new upper flange, align the tooth inside the flange with the notch in the piston shell. Press it down into place and twist clockwise until it locks. To replace the lower flange, grasp and twist it counterclockwise. Remove by lifting straight up. To install the new lower flange, align the tooth inside the flange with the notch in the piston shell. Press it down into place and twist clockwise until it locks. Reinstall the plunger by aligning the top with the retainer. Use the needle nose pliers and twist it a quarter turn clockwise to lock. Carefully slide the piston back into the body and reinstall the blue bell housing hand tight. When you turn the water on, the unit should start clicking. That's all for now. We hope this video has been helpful in troubleshooting your Dosatron D14MZ3000 14 GPM injector. For more information, please give us a call at 800-523-8499 or visit us online at dosatronusa.com. To see our other videos, check out our YouTube channel or visit the video page on our website. I'm Jason Maddox at Dosatron University. Thanks for watching.